Hello and good afternoon, everybody. A little cloudy, cold day over here in South Florida. Today, I'm gonna be changing the fuel filter, Petcock, on a 2600 VLX, and the auto Petcock as well. From what I was reading on the reviews, this thing tends to not be too good, so I'm not going to be using it. I mean, the original one isn't leaking or anything, but I did notice that the top part of this filter was floating around in my tank, so I think it's broken, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove it and take it off. So yeah, changing these. And go ahead and grab yourself some yellow Threadmaster gas tape for gas lines, always good. And I'm also going to be replacing the airbox filter OEM from Honda. Alright, let's get her done. So you want to start off by removing the seat. You can see, then you remove the bolt here that holds the tank. Remove the Petcock, and remove this gas line from the auto one because it's going to be on the tank. Once you loosen that up, you want to come up here and remove these plastics. Go ahead and just pop them out, and then we remove the tank. Alright, once we got the fuel tank out, everything is way much easier to get to, obviously. Auto Petcock, I'm going to remove this fuel line and this line right here. Alright, and then the gas tank, just have to remove and loosen this right here. Use a wrench. It would be like a 17 or 18, I tape they put on there before. And then make sure it's nice and tight. If this moves around with your hand, that means that this isn't tight enough. So make sure this is tight where this doesn't move in here. The lever, you just gotta place it on the proper adjustment. Open it and close it. Make sure it doesn't leak, and then you should be good to go. Alright, so for the auto Petcock, it's pretty simple. There's two bolts that hold the bracket. It's a 5/16, I believe. Yep, 5/16. Remove those two bolts, and then the auto Petcock will, this whole bracket will come loose. And then you just get those two, there's two screws under this bracket right here that you loosen up. And then you take the hoses off and put the new one in, and you're good to go. If you're wondering why I'm changing this stuff, is because when I start the bike up, it'll start up, and then about 4 or 5 seconds in, it'll shut off. It'll do that to me about 3-4 times unless I rev it, give it some gas, and then it'll stay on. So I was doing some research, and I read that these auto Petcocks were recalled actually when the bikes were released, and the reason why is because they leak from the bottom, and for some reason, I don't know, I guess it causes, I don't know what happens to the bike, but it doesn't, it's a rough start. So they said once you change this, that should stop happening. This is the original one from the bike, and it's leaking from the bottom. As you can see, I put my finger on it, and it's got gas coming up. Hopefully this new one is fine. It's pretty good quality material. I'll put the link in the description of the parts that I bought. OEM one, it's like $336. Found this whole kit for about $80. So hopefully it holds up. Pop those two out. Pop that one out. Old piece comes out. Same thing with this one. This little tube goes to this hole connector, whatever you want to call it. And this one goes to the back one. Grease. Slide that in there. Got your clamp back in there. And then this goes mounted onto here like that. All right, so when you're putting the gas tank back on, keep in mind that there are these two little rubber grooves that the tank has indentations for. You want to slide that in properly, and then you mount the back. All right, once the gas tank is on there, I'm gonna go ahead reapply the Petcock onto there. Remove this hose. Set to the off position. Tighten just enough where you feel that screw tighten. Not too much. Still on the off position. And then we slide. Where is our clamp? 1 second. All right, so now the tank is on there. I had to end up putting a new clamp on there because I lost the OEM one. Petcock is on. All right, it's the moment of truth. Put some gas in her. Then bolt it down. Oof. Starts right up. Let's see if she turns off. next couple videos, I'm gonna be, yes son, silver and black, my son. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna be doing that air filter really quick, and then I'm waiting for Broward Motorsports to call me back and tell me that my parts are there. So I'm gonna be changing this upper radiator hose, the filler neck O-ring, and I'm gonna be ordering a new cap. But that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the tools up. I'll be linking the Petcock and auto Petcock kit that I bought, as well as what tools I used. You guys have a good day, man, and thanks for tuning in once again.